What do you say about Gagee? The perfect grandma?
What we love about Gagee is that she has a special quality of making people feel really good about being around her, and she puts a lot of thought and love into everything she does.
She's just so sweet. I mean, she's a gem, an absolute gem. Everybody loves her.
Every time we think about Gagee, people laugh. You know, like, we're not laughing at you. Actually, yes, we are. We're laughing at you.
I remember my father saying we had to go to bed, and it was quite early because I'd seen my mother and father whispering, you know, as if something was up. So we had to go to bed. We slept in one bedroom, the 2 boys and the 2 girls. Well, we had to go to bed early that night, evidently, and we got up in the morning. There's this tiny little baby lying on the couch. All, you know, in those days, they swaddled the babies, you know what I mean? With their arms like this. And there she is lying on the couch. We didn't hear a sound all night. They bought that house in March 1920, and she was born 9 months later. So they must have been celebrating. Mm-hmm.
There's probably no greater testament to the way that somebody has lived their lives than if everyone has a story about that person and everyone has a story about Gagee.
When you came up to take care of the 3 of us after Tabby was born, and you were such a big help, we cannot thank you enough. But everybody knows I love to cook, and I went to go make you dinner one night, and you were so funny. I had all these kinds of things that I wanted to make for you, and you were just like, do you have any more of that cheese? And how can I refuse?
Gagee, you've been there for every one of the births of our children. I don't know what we would have done without you. You've been here for Gina in times of sickness.
I used to find all kind of geckos in your backyard and a bunch of squirrels back there. And they had a bunch of little twigs, and me and my dad used to make a house out of the twigs.
Hello.
Gagee will sneak in behind you and wash dishes you've already washed. Gagee will buy dinner for your extended family, but harass you at length about a $2.09 long-distance call you made on her phone last July. When Gagee says, it means, oh, hell no!
My favorite thing about Gagee is every time I make her say, oh no! Like the time when Jim was living with her and I called the house to ask her if she knew a James Finta, and I said I was with the 2nd District Police Department in the French Quarter. That made her say, oh no.
I also want to remind you of a story I told you when I first met you. I I'm not sure where we were or where we were going, but it was some place with hills and with cows. And I pointed to the hills, to the cows eating grass, and I said, "Oh, look, those are hill cows." You said, "Hill cows?" And I said, "Yeah, they're the ones with the downhill legs longer than the uphill legs." And you went, "Yeah."
I love you and that you're very special to me. Bye, Gagee. Gagee played football with Gabe, and they exercised together. They would make touchdowns together and laugh together. And we'd watch Bailey and Gagee chase each other around the house when Bailey's not listening, getting in trouble. And Gabe will sit there and ignore Gagee all the time. And really, that's all the funny things that I've seen Gagee do. The best thing what she got me is she got me the glass doll that has the cowgirl hat on.
Every time we play a game with Gagee, the famous answer that has now become a popular phrase among us is, "Oh, I'm blank." We're not quite sure what that means, but it doesn't sound good. I just remember how we laughed and the pictures that you drew that we still don't know what they are. That was the time when Mom peed on the pillow, but we won't talk about that.
I remember when I was very little and she would be visiting, she would never have her shoes on and she would just be wearing nylons. And so hearing people call her Toots, I somehow thought it was Foots. So I used to call her Aunt Foots because she never wore shoes.
It's really only been in the last few years that I have gotten to know Gagee as a person, as opposed to just the grandmother that sent us, you know, boxes and boxes of presents and birthday boxes and all those great things, but really gotten to know her as a woman. And it's funny looking at all these pictures and doing these interviews with people and seeing the different stages of her life. It's hard to put that into some kind of context where you can look at it and make one, you know, opinion about just Gagee, because the pictures that I've seen and the people that I've talked to and the stories that I've heard doing this project are not the Gagee that I know, but rather someone that just was amazing and had an incredible time in her life. And what a great span of years to show in the video the stages of her life.
Her sitting on the hood of old cars and doll baby. I bet you everybody was in love with her, not just Dad.
Here's Toots with shorts on. Holy Christmas. She looks pretty good.
You were always a real snazzy dresser. Real snazzy with those 2-inch platform heels. Oh my goodness, and I would clunk around in those. If Breezy could have those now, she'd go wild. And Dad was always a big dresser. You know, he loved to dress up. He was so well built and handsome, and And ever since I knew that Clark Gable was in Hollywood, I had my own Clark Gable to adore in New Orleans. You guys made a sharp couple.
The Friendly Bar. Oh, we used to have a lot of fun there.
Oh, the Friendly Bar. That was a prize. That was unique. There were some strange characters. And every Mardi Gras, we had our own little parade. We trucked around our little parade, and Daddy was always a woman with grapefruit and a hat and lipstick. And
Mardi Gras time, we danced, we paraded, we marched, and I always got to see what I was going to wear the next year because you would show me pictures of Ellen, the year before, and that's what I was going to be wearing the next year.
Oh, this is a Louis, Dopey Louis. Remember Louis? We used to have so much fun with that guy. He was mentally retarded. Isn't that a terrible thing to say, having a lot of fun with somebody like that?
I like sharks.
Gagee's idea of high style in gardening apparel is a mix between a Skid Row senior citizen version of the Wizard of Oz lollipop kids and a chimney sweep.
I thought she was like a gardener that lived in Jim's house because he was roommates with Gagee at the time. And every time I saw her, she was covered with dirt and had like old shoes that didn't match and gloves and aprons and hobo-looking clothes. And she was pretty dirty, so I thought she was a bag lady that lived in the back of the house.
Gagee still has everything she has ever possessed. Everything.
I say that I probably would not have had new clothing growing up, living behind Jim and even Lori sometimes in our hand-me-downs. I'd have never got anything new if it weren't for Gagee. Even if we looked like the Brady Bunch sometimes, well after the Brady Bunch was off of prime time. You're still dressing me.
When she was doing the Gagee shuffle at our wedding dance, that is probably one of the most
Memorable
fun
Gagee.
and memorable Gagee stories that I have or can remember. How about you?
That's a good one.
Aunt George had to be home by 10:30. That's her grandmother. Every night. She was already working. And my father used to stand by the door, and she'd get a hit in the head every night because she wasn't home on time.
You are all beautiful. Calling themselves the Three Dopes.
I remember, I guess, the first time I ever asked Mama how old she was. She said she was 32. In all my life, I've always thought of her as 32.
were sitting in front of that round mirror. Remember that round mirror, your vanity? And you're brushing your hair. And I was sitting there looking at you. And I was just adoring you. And I said, Mama, you're so beautiful. And you were, and you are now, and you remain beautiful.
Gagee, the reason for this video was to celebrate and honor you in your 80 years of living, and we all wanted to just say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gagee. We want to wish you a very happy 80th birthday.
80? Wow.
We love you.
Happy birthday, Gagee. Love you.
We want to wish you a very happy birthday from Ireland. And we hope that when they build the bridge across the Atlantic, that you'll hop on the train and come visit us.
I love you always. When the thought is true, always. When the things is clear, always, always, things will be fair, always, that's gonna be there, always, not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always.
Happy birthday, Mom, from the bottom of my heart.
You're the youngest 80-year-old I know. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gagee. We love you.
I love you, and I want you to have a great time at your party and a great time for the rest of your life, because you have spread your joy to lots of people. Thank you. I love you. Happy birthday.
Thanks again, Gagee, and have happy birthday. I love you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gagee. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
We love you, Gagee.
We love you.
Happy birthday.
Yay! On
Channel
2.
And the fat lady on channel 80.
There's been a lot of changes over the last 10 years, one of the biggest being the total destruction of Gagee's house in New Orleans. She was forced to relocate to Baton Rouge and live with my mother and find a job as a news anchor at a local cable station in order for her to pay the rent. I did get a copy of her latest newscast.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Farm Bureau Insurance Real Service, Real People pregame show and the Cox 4 game of the week. I'm your host, Tammy Arender. It is hard to believe that the end of the regular season is already here.
I just wanted to tell you how grateful I am that Katrina blew you up to me 5 years ago, and I got a chance to love you for the past 5 years.
You are one of the sweetest people on God's earth.
If it wasn't for you, how many people can I count wouldn't be here? You're really special. In the last 10 years, you've lost your house, all your possessions, and a whole bunch of other things. Plus, you've gained a few more grandchildren, and you have adapted to everything like nobody else I know would have. I wouldn't have my grandchildren. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And I love you dearly. You're special.
Gagee was amazing during the Katrina stuff. She very quickly, probably quicker than most people, realized how important people are instead of things, and really was, again, a true inspiration to people to realize you can replace things, but you can't replace family, and we were all really, really lucky and fortunate to have her.
What do I love about Gagee? How much tape you got there, Laura?
Gagee hates the Irish. Gagee killed a man in New Jersey in 1941 just to watch him die. Gagee has a titanium elbow.
I know that 90% of this tape is going to be consumed with whatever skit the Vandegrift's have put together, with homemade costumes, paper hats, and all of that. And if they don't, I guess Gina's just a huge disappointment. So sorry if you don't get that.
Gagee is the queen of the family, and everybody loves her.
Hey Gagee, happy 90th birthday. I want you to know I took this very seriously. I'm dressed in slacks, nice shirt for you, which I don't do.
Hi Gagee.
Say hi, Gagee.
I have a story about Gagee. Can I tell a story?
Yeah.
I have a story about Gagee. It's a wedding day story. And it was one of the only times during our wedding day that Brady cried was when Jim mentioned Gagee and told... Look at her face. Look at her face. And read the telegram from Gagee, and Brady cried. And I remember about 10 Australians coming up to me saying, "Why did Brady cry over a gag? Who's gagged? Why is he crying over a gag?" And I said, "You don't understand. What's a Gagee?"
Happy 90th birthday, Gagee. I'll keep this short and sweet. I had about a 25-minute speech prepared, but creative director made me toss that.
Hi Gagee, happy 90th birthday. I could start off by saying how loving and caring and patient and generous you are. But I'm also going to give you a very special 90th birthday wish. Doctor, what seems to be the problem? Patient, Doc, I've got the farts. I mean, I fart all the time. The doctor nods. Patient, my farts do not stink and you can't hear them. It's just that I fart all the time. Look, we've been talking here for about 10 minutes and I farted 5 times. You didn't hear them and you don't smell them, do you? Says the doctor. He picks up his pad and writes a prescription. The patient is thrilled. Great, Doc. This prescription, will it really clear up my farts? No, sighs the doctor. The prescription is to clear up your sinuses. Next week, I want you back for a hearing test.
Gagee, when I think about you, lots of memories and images come rushing in. One of the interesting ones, and I don't know if you know this, but you were the first person other than Gina in the family that I met. I actually came over to have dinner with Gina and Jan, and you were in from New Orleans. You were visiting, and Jan wasn't there yet, so I met you first. And it's very funny because as I was sitting there talking to you, meeting you, and just really, loving you, I really had the first thought that, wow, this girl that I'm dating, Gina, her family's kind of like mine, where there's, real, genuine people that, you can tell care for others, and could really see the love between you and Gina, and that's really when I had the first thought that, this could be the one. And obviously that's worked out really well for me.
My speech isn't as long as Brian's because I'm not quite as big of a butt kisser. But I hope you have a great birthday, and you've always been like another grandmother to me.
We all love you, Gagee, and for the first time in a long time, thank God, we get to be there during your birthday, and we're very excited about that. It's a big birthday.
Hi, Gagee.
We both have big birthdays this year,
He's trying to
guys.
get it away. Hi, Gagee. We love you.
We love you.
Happy birthday.
Gagee once held 3 hostages for 9 days. Gagee slapped me repeatedly as a child.
I'll get straight to the point. I don't have to tell you, Gagee, in all seriousness, how blessed you are to have me as a grandchild. I've always been there for you. I would do anything for you. You could call me in the middle of the night, in the middle of a meeting at work at any time, and I will call Tony and send him right over there.
I know that Gagee loves me still. She remembers me. Out of all the grandchildren she has 6 grandchildren. Who knows how many great-grandchildren. But she still sends me coupons for stuff I like Smoothie King and Quiznos and stuff, so I know she still remembers me out of all the grandchildren and great-grandkids.
Gagee, every single year, send me a birthday card on my birthday with a check in it every single year. I always knew it was from Gagee because she had her cursive handwriting on the envelope and it would distinguish it from everybody else.
So I hope this birthday is so great and memorable and special because you are so loved. We just, you know, we gotta have you. We gotta have you there, we gotta have you on the phone, we gotta have part of you, your birthday boxes, your Christmas boxes, whatever, the cards, always on time. I mean, if I could just get the card there in the same month, that would be good.
Gagee, for somebody who doesn't drive, you sure get around. We can't thank you enough for coming and to all of our birthdays, our baptisms, Halloween, Christmases, Thanksgiving. You're such a special person, and we love having you around. We love you.
And this is a bus you gave us when you drove the bus in New Orleans.
Gagee was a Black Panther. Gagee's trucker name was Short Stack.
I talked with her just the other day. She said, it frustrates me sometimes. I said, Gagee, you're almost a century old. And she was like, yeah, I am, huh? It was awesome. Gagee, you're awesome. We love you.
Gagee drinks this much gin every morning. Happy birthday, Gagee.
When I decided to add on to the last video, I totally forgot about how many more grandkids or great-grandkids there were that were going to want to participate in this. So you might want to sit back and get comfy.
When I think of Gagee, I don't even know where to start. So I'm done.
When I think of Gagee, I think of pineapple fritters. So I special ordered some for Gagee for her birthday, and you know, you can share with Jan, but don't let her eat them all.
We love the birthday presents that Gagee gives us.
I think of Gagee cleaning Brian and Gina's kitchen.
I picture you just always being at our house when we have the new babies and holding those babies. It was always a rite of passage for, you know, for the babies to get the Gagee treatment. And, that is something I'll always remember.
When I think of Gagee, I think how she's the only family member special enough to get her own set of rules and bananagrams. I'm not bitter though.
When I think of Gagee, I think of indecisions at dinner. You want to go out to eat? Oh yeah, we want to go. Where you want to go? I don't know. Where you want to go? I don't know. Where you want to go? Oh, well, okay.
I think of Gagee whenever somebody says just a little bit, because Gagee always asks for just a little bit or half a glass.
She always has a little bit of something,
and half a glass. It doesn't matter what size the glass is, just half a glass.
You know, I picture you in the three-point stance with Gabe, getting ready to, you know, say hike.
Well, when I think of Gagee, I think of an amazing lady. A lady who could run circles around myself and Gina and Jan. She could wash those clothes, fold them, and make those kids put them away in a second.
When I think of Gagee, I think 4 foot tall, gray hair, always got an awesome haircut.
Hey Gagee. Well, when I think of Gagee, I think of macaroni and cheese, and I think of my very, very favorite pies and cakes that you used to make, and coffee.
When I think of Gagee, I think of vanilla. I don't know why, because she smells like vanilla. Go!
When I think of Gagee, I think of old floral patterns.
She's always really soft, like because she uses that, she's always got lotion, so she has really soft hands and soft face.
Every once in a while, a little word comes out that grandmas are not supposed to say, but other than that, you know, she's a great roommate. I mean, the greatest roommate. Whose roommate cleans your toilet, you know?
All right, you know, I want to do this. I want to talk about Gagee, but LSU's playing Alabama right now. It's like in the 4th quarter. I got to go. I'll come back later.
I think Gagee is a true inspiration. She's 90 years old and still the most energized, smart, sharp, and funny person to be around. So I hope in a few years, actually, I'm as good a shape as Gagee is right now.
When I think about her, it makes my eyes water. Cause really, I really love her a lot. And when I think of her, it makes me really want to see her.
When I think of Gagee, I think of how amazing it is that, you know, she's lived since 1920, and then I think of, you know, how much stuff has happened between now and then. Like, she's 90 years old. Like, I mean, it's amazing. She can remember Hitler. She remembers JFK when he got shot. She remembers Martin Luther King when he got shot. It just amazes me because, you know, it was so long ago, but she was, you know, old enough to remember it.
When I think of Gagee, I think she's the only person to prepare a meal, and I like it more than I like my dad's version of it. The deviled eggs is what I'm speaking of. Sorry, Dad.
I think of lemon meringue pie, and I still swear to God I did not mean to steal your recipe when I did the cookbook, because it's your recipe and you're the only one that can make it, and you're the only one that can make the macaroni and cheese.
I know how in love she is with Lucy. She takes great joy in that dog.
When I think of Gagee, I think of the last person at the table.
So when I think of Gagee, I think of eating with her for the first 10 minutes and then watching her eat for the next 30 minutes. Which is, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just, you know, that's the way it is.
When I think of Gagee, I think of warm hugs and good back scratches.
I love it when she scratches my back. I could just sit there forever and she'd do it for as long as I wanted.
I love to cook.
I really liked Gagee's shag carpeting in her old house. It was like playing in a jungle.
Hey Gagee, sorry I didn't have a chance to take a shower, but I was watching Brian's kids all night. You know what that's like, because I always remember you cleaning their kitchen.
Gagee has always looked the same. Like, from day one. I mean, she's been a little skinnier, she's been a little not skinnier, but Gagee has always been Gagee. And I can't think of a single memory, like, where Gagee's not been a part of it. Even our Christmas memories when she wasn't there, we had the boxes. I had 37 presents this year! Now, albeit each of them is individually wrapped underwear, but it's all good. And velour shirts.
Birthday boxes rock.
Gagee is the only person I know that can eat a whole meal out of the freezer, out of baggies and Tupperwares that have one bite of something that's been in there for a couple of years, and love it and think it's so good.
When I think of Gagee, I think of my traveling companion for the past 5 years, and going to Chicago and visiting our relatives in Chicago and renewing our memories with them.
Gagee always beats me at Scrabble. I guess it's because she's old and experienced.
I like when I play games with her because when we were playing gestures, she was acting out the word shovel. And she stood up in her chair, and it looked really funny when she did it. And she said, "I can't stand up anymore." And so she sat down in her rocking chair and tried to act out the next thing she did. And she said, "That's not working out either." And so the rest of the game, she just stood up.
We were playing categories in the living room, and somebody said, I can't remember, somebody wrote down something, and Gagee goes, "A terrorist?" And it was totally off. Nobody said anything like that. It was just this random thing, and I think we like laughed for 30 minutes, just tears running down everybody's face because Gagee said a terrorist, and it was just kind of random.
And I think of Gagee, I think she's really funny, and I think she likes to come to all my stuff into my brain. She was all bundled up.
When I think of Gagee, I think of tea. I think of decaf coffee. I think those green pants that she wears that are totally awesome. Love those pants.
You're the only person I really have to stoop down to be eye level to.
It's always been a rite of passage for the kids for when they pass Gagee height-wise. That's always been a great milestone, and it's just a kind of a tradition in the family that it's a rite of passage.
I think it makes me feel pretty tall how short she is.
I like her hugs because I don't have to stand on my tippy toes or bend down. And she's like just the right size for me, and I'm about to be taller than her. I'm almost taller than Gagee.
I used to be shorter than her, and how now I tower over her, literally.
Happy birthday, Mom. We're gonna all be here for your 100th birthday party. We love you.
I love you, Gagee. Happy birthday, and I hope we have you for another 90 years. God bless you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Gagee. Happy birthday to you.
Well, hey, Gag, I remember 10 years ago when we did your 80th. Here we are 10 years later and still going strong, and I'm looking forward to 10 more years and doing this again at the big 100.
I'm also looking forward to adding on to this video for your 100th birthday, the next 10 years, and all the changes in the grandkids, and who knows, could be some more arrivals. Gina?
Hey, God, just can't tell you how lucky and happy I am to be here. I was like, a lot of you guys probably don't know who I am. I'm Tabitha's Uncle Matt, Gray's little brother. And if I was 20 years older, God knows what I'm talking about. Y'all know me a whole lot better. Love you, babe. Happy birthday.
I love you, Mom. Happy birthday.
I just wanted to thank you for being the matriarch of our family and being a rock for us. Always being there. We can always count on you.
To you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gagee. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, Gagee.
Hooray!
Love you, Gagee.
Bye, Gag.
Hi.
Sing, Mabel, sing. All right, Gagee, we love you. We hope you'll visit us in San Francisco soon. And happy birthday.
I just want to say thank you for letting me be part of your grandkids and have a great birthday.
Happy 90th birthday, Gagee! I wish I keep my eyes open, but the sun is right in them.
Happy birthday, Gagee. I hope you live for another 90 years. Happy birthday. I love you.
Happy birthday, Gagee. I love you. You're the best. You're not just my Gagee, you're my grandmother. Love you.
Happy birthday, Gagee. I hope you have a great day. I love you. You've always been like a second grandmother to me.
Happy birthday, Gagee. I love you.
I love you, Gagee. You've always been there. Hope you'll be there for another 90. Love you. Happy birthday.
I think of how much I love Gagee and how much it makes me happy because to know that she's still here after all this time. I feel really glad that she's been able to see me grow up so far. And I just love you, Gagee. Happy birthday.
Happy 90th birthday. I love you.
Happy birthday, Gagee.
Gagee, happy birthday, and me and Lucy love you.
Happy birthday, Gagee.
Happy birthday, Gagee.
We love you.
Happy birthday to Gagee.
Keep going.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
I love you, Gagee.
I think we all have just been blessed being able to be a part of your life and you being a part of ours. So happy birthday, happy 90th. You know, you don't look a day over 79. And golly, Gaga, I hope that my children are sitting here doing a video for you for your 100th birthday. I can't wait. It just seems like yesterday we were down in New Orleans doing your 80th. So love you more than words could ever say. And God bless you. Love you.
Happy birthday, Gagee. We love you.
Happy birthday, Gagee. I love you, and I hope you have a magnificent day.
Hi, Gagee. We just want to wish you a very not a Merry Christmas, but that too.
Boy, this is just not from the hip anymore.
Thanks, Gabe. Go back in the playroom and don't come out, ever. For any reason.
Gagee, the reason why, Gagee.
Happy birthday, Gagee.
We love you.
Why don't you say you love her? You haven't said you love her.
Oh, good. That's going to be on the outtakes.
You don't love her.
I like sharks.
I like sharks.
I had a laugh. I talked to your grandma the other day, and she says, Lionel should see me now. He'd kill me. Because she's so fat. You can see all my wrinkles.
Hey, Gagee, it's me again. I have one more thing I need to say. Today's your 80th birthday. I turned 31 this year. You know me for a long time. You held me as a baby. You let me run outside as a kid and play barefoot. My name is Craig, not Jim, not Gabby, and not Bry. So, just wanted to say we love you and happy birthday. Craig.
John? What do I love about Gagee? How much tape you got in there, Lori? How much time you got?
One more time. I'm sorry. I didn't know that's when you wanted me to do it.
Hello. I wanted to tell you how great oh shoot. how great I am.
Happy birthday, Gagee. I hope you have a great day.
Maybe you could do it like you mean it this time.
When I think of Gagee,
Hey, Gagee. Lori is making me skip the Oregon football game too, but it is important that I say what I'm going to say. And when I think of Gagee, I think of the time that I told you about hill cows. But I can't tell you the story because Lori's shaking her head at me.
Happy birthday, Gagee! Happy birthday, Gagee!
We love you.
You don't love her?
Oh yes, of course we love her.
We all love you.
love you, Gagee.
Oh, you didn't want me to say like happy birthday, I love you, that kind of thing? Oh, really? Oh, wait, I didn't know. Why couldn't you send us questions beforehand?
She's got this smell that is just like reminds me of old people and old floral patterns. So.
I love you and you're like a second mom to me. Happy 90th birthday and I hope we have you for another 10 years. God bless you.
Only 10 years?
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say, only 10 years.
Well, you know how she can't run, so we're trying to get her to run. She went like 2 miles per hour.
Now that she's a scooter, she might have a chance of being faster than me when I walk.
The other thing about Gagee is Jim thinks I'm kind of like Gagee from a standpoint of that when I run or try to go a little bit faster, he says I'm just like Gagee because I'm not actually moving faster, I'm just doing this motion. That's kind of what Gagee does, so we're kind of alike in that way.
I think of warm summer afternoons.
When I think about Gagee, I remember Gagee. The only thing I really remember about Gagee is the time that she wouldn't let me play outside barefoot when everybody else was.
That's the only thing?
That's it.
Good. But I have a beef. Hang on. You got one of these that I need it back. Sorry, God. Like right away. So I didn't want to bring that up or anything, but it's kind of important, so I want it back.
So I love you, Gagee. Have a great day.
Stop being so damn shifty-eyed, man.
Shifty? Oh, was I shifty-eyed again?
All over the place, okay?
Come on! I love you!
Hey, Gagee, happy 90th birthday. I'll keep this short and sweet. Wait, can I start all over?
That's what I am.
Oh. You know what? You know what I think of this?
Can you say I love you, Gagee?
I love you, Backle.
No, he's not going to say it. He doesn't love you, Gagee.
He might not love you, but I do.
I'm sure we might... Shit.
And we also had this bus that you used to ride when you were little, and we play with it still.
I know this is a special occasion, a 90th birthday, and in honor of that, I will no longer prank call you for the rest of our lives.
That wasn't in the script.
I'm improvising.
Gagee, I know that Craig likes to pretend that he's your favorite grandchild and that you're way, way too kind to let him know the truth, and that being that I'm actually your absolute favorite.